Hi, everybody. It's Monday, 19th of September. Today, we're going to continue the work on the lower body, and we're going to focus a little bit more on the inner and outer thigh. Of course, with all of my classes, we work the whole body, but there's just a little bit more focus on one part. So get ready to work the inner and outer thigh. To start, I want us to lie down on our backs, please. So everybody just come to your mat. If you're standing, you can bring one leg behind you, lower down onto one knee, then the other. Come to a seated position and lie down on your back. And it should be a nice, easy position for you. The back can stay a little bit curved. The belly should be long, the shoulders relaxed, and you can have the arms out to the sides, palms of the hands facing the sky. Bring your feet and your knees together. As you breathe in, allow the right knee to open up to the right. So only the right knee. Keep your left leg pointing to the sky. As you breathe out, bring the right knee back up and we change. Breathing in, left knee opens up. Breathing out, lift back up. So this is a gentle start. We're just mobilizing a little bit, the leg, the hip. And this has an effect, of course, on the low back. We breathe in as we open the knee and breathe out as we lift it back up. So take your time, breathing in, open, breathing out, rise back up, breathing in, open the knee, good. Breathing out, rise back up. One more time each side, breathing in, open, breathing out, rise. Last one, breathing in and breathing out. Okay. Lifting both knees up to the chest, raise your feet so we get into a happy baby pose. Feet are flexed, knees are wide, and softly rock from side to side. Then bring the soles of your feet together, knees really wide. And again, rock from side to side if possible. You're going to feel you need to use the inner and outer thighs to do this, to rock. Good. Then bringing the knees back together, keeping the feet off of the floor. See if you can get your feet, your calf muscles with the thigh muscles in a 90-degree position, 90 degrees. You can hold the backs of your thighs if you wish. We're going to open our right knee again, right knee out to the side, and then rise back up. And notice what kind of effect this has on your hips. Left knee out to the side, breathing in, breathe out, rise back up. That's right, 90 degrees, please. Breathing in, open right knee, and breathing out, rise. Breathing in, open the left knee. Breathing out, rising. One more time each side. Breathing in, right knee goes out to the side. Breathing out, comes back up. And left knee, breathing in and breathing out. Softly bring both knees up to the chest, wrapping your arms around, rock from side to side. Lift the head, nose between the knees, and lower your head down. Right arm to the right ear, roll all the way to your right hand side, and lift yourself up from the side. Come up onto your hands and knees now. Okay, hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We'll take a deep breath in, curling the spine, lift your chin, and breathe out and round. So this is cat and cow. Breathing in, curling, breathing out and rounding. Keep going, I'm just gonna come up and mute. Breathe in and curl. That's right. Breathe out and round. Looking good, everyone. Breathing in, curling. Breathing out, rounding. Good job. One more time, breathe in and curl. Breathe out and round and sink back onto your heels. So you're in child's pose. Now in the child's pose, if you open up your knees, there's a really nice release through the low back and the region of the sacrum. Reach your arms out in front of you, lower the head to the floor, and take some deep breaths here. Now, interestingly enough, if you reach your arms far out in front of you, there's more that goes on in this position, more than we believe, because it helps to lift the organs of the lower body towards the upper body. And if you breathe from your diaphragm, this also helps to stimulate the vagus nerve. And I've heard it can help with any kind of incontinence issues that may happen, and with digestion and the lower intestines. Coming up onto our hands and knees again, bring the knees in hip width. Now we're going to work again and mobilize into the hips. So start with your right leg, and you'll bring the knee towards the elbow, then up around a big, big circle, and then down towards the floor. And again, up towards the elbow, in a big circle around and towards the floor. Allow your back to twist with this movement. Keep your arms as straight as possible. Breathing deeply and slowly. One more. Then we'll change directions. Bring the leg up behind you. This engages through the glutes, and then forward and down. Up behind, forward and down. About 5 circles. Bring the knee back down, and we're going to move back into that child's pose. Knees wide, hips back and down. Reach your arms out in front, forehead to the floor, and take 3 deep breaths. See if you can feel the rib cage expand as you breathe in, and release as you breathe out. Rise back up onto the hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And here we go for the other side. We'll bring the knee up towards the elbow, around and down. Nice big circles. Elbow, around and down. Take your time. Really feel this in the hips, as well as in the outer glute, in the outer thigh perhaps. One more. And we change directions. When you lift the leg up behind you, feel the glute activation. And then bring it around. 5 circles. Behind you, activate and around. Breathing deeply and slowly as you do this. About 5 circles. Last one. And let's go back to that child's pose. Knees wide, sink down, reach your arms out in front of you, and rest here, taking 3 deep breaths. Coming back up onto your hands and knees, let's tuck the toes under and rise to downward facing dog. Pedaling your feet right and left, right and left. Good. Perfect. Begin stepping your feet forward until you reach the front edge of the mat. Now, when you're at the front edge, have the knees nicely bent, but have them bend backwards so we don't push our knees forward. We bend and bend the hips back. Grab your elbows and allow yourself just to sink here for a moment. So you take deep, slow breaths. Be sure there's no pull on your low back. If there's pull on the low back, bend your knees even more. Yeah. Sway a bit from side to side. Then coming back to center, let your arms float to the floor. Roll your right and left shoulders. Turn your head from right to left, a little no, and then a little yes. Now we'll set our hands to our thighs. Pull your belly upwards and inwards as you push against your hands to slowly roll up to a standing position. And when you're all the way up, check that your feet are hip width, arms are stretched by your sides, chest is lifted, chin is lifted. This is going to be your perfect posture. And for those of you coming on the 24th of September to the workshop, we're going to be working on this and adding on some little details that really get you into a strong, perfect posture. Hands to your heart center. Clasp your fingers together and push your palms skyward. Holding this, take a deep breath in, lean to your right, lean right over to the right. Good. Breathing in, rise back up, and we'll lean to the left. Good. Rise back up. Breathing out to your right. Breathing in, rise. Breathing out to your left. And rise one more time each side. Breathe out to your right. Rise back up. Out to your left. Rise, open your arms. Bring your right hand to your chest, your left hand to your belly. Close your eyes for a moment and just connect up with your body. Connect up with how you're feeling. And just check in. Check into your legs, your back. Check in with any joints, shoulders, neck, knees, hips. Opening your eyes now, bring your arms down straight by your sides. Refine that perfect posture. And here we go, hands to heart center, and we're going to get moving now. Take a deep breath in and raise the arms, stretch your whole body really long. Then, bending at the knees from your elbows towards your knees, the hips go way, way back. Setting your fingertips down on the floor, step back to a long plank position. Holding in plank, lift your chin. Twist your hips so your right hip points towards the floor. Come back to center, twist left hip points towards the floor. Back to center, lower your knees, and let's lower the chest all the way to the floor. Good. Pointing your toes, lengthening your legs, rise to a cobra. Bring your chest back down. Push up onto the hands and knees first. Tucking the toes, rise to down dog. And we'll hold here. Take 3 deep breaths in and out. And again, in and out. One more time, deep breath in and out. Okay, raise your right leg up. We're gonna activate again the glutes. I want you to push your ceiling, push it skyward. 3, 2, 1. Now swing the leg forward, maybe halfway up the mat, then stepping forward. Bend your knees low, hands to thighs. Lift the chest, making sure your knees are over your ankles. Lift the chest up, raise your arms up to the sky if it's okay with the low back, and we'll bounce. 3, 2, 1. Coming all the way up to standing, arms stretched by your sides. Perfect posture. Hands to heart center. We do the same. Deep breath in, let's rise. Folding forward, letting the hips go way, way, way back. Hands come down, step back to a plank position, long and strong. Now a little bit of core work. Bring your left hip pointing down. Turning back, right hip pointed down. Turning back, knees come down, move down to the floor. Point your toes, lengthen out, rise to cobra. Bring your chest back down. Push up onto the knees. Down dog. Left foot lifts, and you're gonna push the ceiling. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Kick it forward. Stepping forward. Bend your knees low, hands to thighs. Lift the chest. You can stay here if it's good for your back. Or, more challenging, arms by your ears. And we bounce it. 3, 2, 1. Up to standing. Hands to heart center. Let's go faster. Deep breath in. Folding. Stepping back. Plank. Right hip twists downwards. Turn back. Left hip downwards. Turn back. Knees come down. Lower yourself. Pointing your toes. Lengthen. Rise to a cobra. Pushing back. Down dog. Right leg up. Push the ceiling up. 3, 2, 1. Swinging forward. Stepping forward. Hands to thighs. Lift. Arms by the ears and bounce it. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. Hands to heart center. Keep going, everyone. Deep breath in. Fold. Stepping back to a plank. Left hip pushes down. Coming back. Right hip. Coming back. Knees. Move yourself down. Point your toes. Lengthen. Cobra. Up onto the knees first. And then down dog. Left foot lifts and we press the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. Stepping forward, hands to thighs. Lifting up into the chair. And bouncing. 3, 2. That's great. Stick with it. 1, 2 more rounds. Let's go. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Rise. Folding. Stepping back to your plank. Excellent. Right hip turns down. Coming back. Left hip turns down. And back. Bring your knees down. Move down to the floor. Pointing the toes. Rise to a cobra. Good, Luca. Push back. Down dog or crouching cat. Right leg up and you press it. 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. Looking good. Into the chair. Bouncing. 3, 2, 1. Up to standing. Perfect. Last round. Last round. Hands to heart center. Very good posture, Christian. Coming forward and down. Stepping back. Plank. All right. Left hip points down. Changing. Right hip points down. Good. Moving down to the floor. Point your toes. Rise to cobra. Push back. Down dog or crouching cat. Excellent. Good. Left leg lifts. And we press it to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. Good. All the way forward and chair. And you bounce. 3. Good to have you with us, Christelle. Good. 2. And 1. Come all the way up to standing, everyone. Replace the right hand onto the chest, left hand onto the belly. Take a few deep breaths here. Just recover. Nicely done. From here, set your hands onto your hips. Soften your knees, and we're going to step one leg back. Doesn't matter which leg, but step it far back on your mat and turn towards your device. The feet should be pointing out in a diagonal position. So you're in like a good position for a sumo squat, because that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to press our hips back, knees open really wide. So From the side, it looks like this, okay? Knees press out. Be sure they do not press forward. They press out. This creates a big stretch on the inner thighs. Set your hands now to the insides of your knees and open them up even a little bit more. Lift your chest, everyone. Raise your right arm and lean over towards your left. That's it. Sinking down low. If possible, bring your left hand down to the left ankle so you're really in a deep, deep position. Good. Bring the right hand back down. Push against your thighs to come up to standing. Turn your feet parallel and move your hips from side to side. If there's a little bit of popping or cracking, that's okay, as long as there's no pain. No pain. So you let the hips go side to side. Perfect. Keep the feet parallel. Reach around behind you. Now I'm going to turn around so I'll show you the different options. You could either clasp your hands, you could clasp your forearms, or you could do reverse namaste if you're able to with your hands. Soften the knees and begin leaning backwards until you find your limit, your maximum. Keep your eyes open. Either your hands are clasped behind you and you stretch and open, or you're grabbing your elbows and you stretch and open, or the hands into that reverse namaste. Knees are soft. Lift your head to look forward. Come back up to standing. Release your hands, roll your shoulders, and turn your feet out diagonally for the sumo squat again. Slide your hands down the insides of your thighs. So the knees open, opening over the feet, okay? This is important, especially if you have any knee issues. The knees should stay over the ankles and certainly not push forward and in. Over your ankles. Now we're gonna raise our left arm and lean over, stretching diagonally. If you want, slide your right hand down to your ankle and the forearm will press against the knee to keep it open. Good, that's it, and we hold. It should be challenging. If it's not challenging, you're not low enough. 3, 2, 1, rising up. Good, coming up to standing. Bring your feet parallel once again. Take a deep, you can let your hips go from side to side, that's right, to release. Take a deep breath in now. As you breathe out, fold forward, and we're going to bring our hands to the floor. Now walk your hands forward until you're in a down dog position with feet wide, pressing your hips upwards. Keep your heels flat on the floor. From here, we'll take our right hand, bring it under the body, and you'll grab the left leg, either at the knee, ankle, or even at the foot. Turn your head and look underneath your left armpit and hold. You should feel a deep twist through the spine. Hips up, deep stretch down the backs of the legs as well. And coming back to center, set the right hand down. We change, left hand, bring it under. Grab the leg, the knee, ankle, or foot, and hold. Turn your head looking underneath your right armpit. Strong postures, ladies and gentlemen. Hold it here. 2, 1. Bring the hand back down. Softly walk your hands back. Walk your feet in heel toe until they're hip width. Elbows together, clasp your hands together, and sink down into a deep squat so that your head lifts higher than your heart. From the side, this is the position. Looking forward, hips down and back, and you'll squeeze against your elbows. Your knees will squeeze inwards, but you resist with your elbows. So here we go. We squeeze. 5, 4, feel the inner thigh work. standing. Keep your feet apart. Clasp your hands together above you into the power mudra, yoni mudra. All fingers clasped except the index and the thumb. Lean to your right. See if you can keep the weight even on both feet. Holding 3 deep breaths. 2, 1, come back up. Other side. Lean over to your left. Keep your head between your arms. Look straight forward. Yes. Weight even on both feet. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Come back to center. Arms come down. Slide your hands now down the outsides of your thighs until you get to the outer knees. Chest lifted, hips back. You're in a deep squat. Same thing. We're going to press our knees against our hands to the outside this time, and you resist with your hands to the inside. So here we go. Press. 5. But notice my knees don't move, but I am resisting. 4. Breathing out. 3. 2 should be very strong. 1. Come all the way up to standing. Whew. This time, right leg crosses behind the left. Right arm lifts and we slide the left hand down the outside of the left leg. Side bend. Good. And Geraldine, you should recognize this. This is for the IT band. Standing position for the IT band. Get the whole side body stretching, everyone. Releasing. We change. Uncross. Left leg behind the right. Woo, left arm up and lean over. The right hand slides down the outside of the leg. And we breathe deeply. Feels good. Good job. And let's rise back up. Uncross the legs. Step to the front edge of your mat. Hands to your heart center. Bend the knees and raise your right leg in front of you. Now, we're going to be working a very interesting inner thigh muscle. And to do that, you need to lift your foot in front of you. So, from the front, it looks like this. It looks like you're going to go into a lotus position. The knee goes out to the side. The foot is lifted up in front. And we're going to hold this. Stretch your arms straight out in front of you. And see if you can turn a little bit to your right. This really works on balance and mobility, as well as strength and power in the legs. Unwind and release. Good job. Hands to hips, knees bend slightly, hips go back. Hands to heart center and lift your left leg. Now the same thing. Turn the leg so the knee goes out to your left, the foot lifts up in front of you. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Holding and breathing. And twist perhaps to your left to add on some of this functional work. Good. 3. 2. 1. Unwind. And release, shaking out. Okay, hands to your hips, right knee bends, bring it out to the side. Get to the ankle, maybe a little bit higher than the kneecap or your inner thigh. Raise your arms up in a V position. Raise your eyes. Yes, that's it. Lift your chest. Focusing on one point. Staying calm, breathing in and out through the nose. Good, hands to hips and lower down. We change sides, left knee bends, ankle, knee, or inner thigh. Raise your arms, tree position. Lift the chest, lift the eyes. 3, 2, 1. Hands to hips and lower down. Good job, everyone. Very good. Step back to the front edge of your mat. Find your perfect posture once again. Hands to heart center. And we breathe in as we lift. We fold, bringing the hands down, stepping back to a plank position. Lift your chin and hold here. If you need to, you could lower your knees. To take it farther, everyone, we're going to lift our right leg. Bring it out to the side. Bring it back in and lower. Left leg up, out to the side, back in and lower. You could do this on your knees as well. Right leg out to the side, back in and lower. Left leg up, out to the side, back in and lower. One more time, right leg. Woo! Bring it out, back in, lower left leg. Last one, here we go. Out to the side, back in, lower down, lower your knees, and lower your chest. Good job. Releasing, bring your hands underneath your forehead, and you can move your hips from side to side just to relax and let go. Well done, everyone. Very good. Lifting your head, look forward. Separate your feet. And we're going to work right now the lower body, but this also works the lower back. So if you feel that there's some weakness in the low back, or if you have some injury in the low back, maybe do not do it as long, okay? Looking forward, we'll lift both legs. Bring your heels touching each other and apart. So we're going to do this 10 times. Breathe out, breathe in. Breathing out, breathing in. Take your time. Breathe out, breathe in, out, and in. 6 more times. 4 more. 3, 2, here's the last one. Good job. Bring the legs down, move your hips from side to side, and just relax. Okay. Stretch one arm out in front of you and roll to one side so everybody gets onto a side where they can see their device. Knees are bent for the moment. Top arm in front of you so that it balances you. Stretch the top leg out and turn the toes down. So now we're getting into some real spot exercising of the side glute. We've been working the side glutes as well as the IT band, okay, and the TFL. But here, when we're in this position, it really spot works that side glute as well as some of the deeper gluteal muscles. That's what we need to work to balance out the inner thigh with the outer thigh. So let's go. Let's lift 10 times. 9. And this is really good for any sport, any kind of sport, and especially good for anyone who works seated, even seated or standing. Doing these exercises every day helps to keep your hips and your knees healthy. One more lift, hold the leg up, hold it up, and we'll press away with the heel like we're pushing the wall. So you bend the knee slightly and you push. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the leg up as high as possible and see if you can lift it higher and hold. 3, 2, 1. Hold it higher hold. 3, 2, 1. One more time, a little bit higher and hold. 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg. Ay, ay, ay. Lift up from the side. Take that top leg, cross it over the bottom leg. You could do this also with the bottom leg straight. Sit up nice and tall, and you'll grab the knee and pull it towards the armpit. Turn your body and look behind you to get a nice twist into the back, as well as the abdominal wall, okay? This also helps to twist and rinse the organs. So if you turn deeply into the position and breathe deeply, it's beneficial. Let's release, unwinding, and we just change sides. Let yourself lie down on the opposite side. Stretch out the lower arm. Head is supported on the lower arm. Top arm supports you. And you'll stretch out the top leg. Turn the toes down. Okay. Now you're feeling a contraction, and you're really focusing on that contraction on the outer glute. So here we go. We're going to lift and lower 10 times. 9, 8, 7, 6. And sometimes these muscles are just not utilized. So simply to activate some of these muscle fibers is enough to get your hips in the right position to be able to feel right and to work properly. 2 more lifts. Hold the leg up there. Here we go, we're gonna press the wall. You push with the heel. It's like you bend the knee and you push the wall. 10, keep the leg up. 9, as high as possible. 8, 7, that's great, keep going. 6, 5, 4, 3, that's good. 2, 1, hold the leg and hold it there. You should feel it's already burning. That's good news. Lift the leg a little higher, hold. A little higher, 3, 2, 1, last one, lift higher, hold. 3, 2, 1, good job, bring the leg down. Lift from the side, and we cross that top leg again over the bottom leg. You could stretch your bottom leg out straight if it's more comfortable for you. And you'll just twist. Take that full spinal twist softly into the position. And we breathe deeply here. Unwinding. Uncross your legs and come to a kneeling position on your heels. So you could be seated in this position. This is what it looks like from the side. Or you could be up on your knees if it's better for your knees to have a 90-degree position. Up to you. Raise your right arm, bring it behind the head. Left arm reaches behind. And see if you can crawl your fingers towards each other. If you can clasp your hands, great. Hold that position. If not, you're just reaching for your hands and you're holding. Breathing deeply. Release. Bring your fingertips down, touching the floor softly. Roll your shoulders. Good. All right, let's change. Left arm comes up over the head towards the upper back. Right arm, we turn and we reach. Reaching the hands towards each other. If you can clasp them, hold it there. If not, continue reaching. And stay. This is also a very good position for the posture as you lift the chest and lengthen the spine. We'll release here. Again, rolling the shoulders. Good. Bring your knees to one side and your feet to the other. Let's come to a seated position. Grabbing behind your thighs, softly roll down onto your back. Setting your feet hip width. The first exercise we're going to do will be for the perineum, okay? This is important for men and women alike. We all need to have a very strong lower abdomen and perineum. Set your elbows into the floor to lift the hips halfway to your maximum, okay? So if this is your maximum, bring it down a bit. Take a deep breath into the chest. As you breathe out, pull the belly button in, pull your perineum up. Feel like you're pulling the muscles upwards towards the belly button and squeeze your knees together. Breathing in, open. So here we go. Breathing out. Breathing in, open. Breathing out. Breathing in, open. Keep going. This also works deep core muscles. And I've been asked, does this help to flatten the belly? Yes, it does. Especially the lower belly. 3 more times, let's go. Bring your hips down. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. And this is going to help us stretch out a bit those inner thigh muscles. So you just rest here, let the knees open. Breathe deeply in and out through the chest. Lifting your knees back up. Set your feet apart now. Lifting your hips up to your maximum now. We're taking the classic yogic half bridge and you'll hold. Think about lengthening your neck, squeezing your shoulder blades together, using the glutes to get your hips up, while at the same time lengthening out the sides of your body from your armpits down to your hips. Lowering the hips down, we'll set the soles of our feet together, knees wide. Once again, you can set your hands onto your belly and just breathe deeply. And again, we let go. We let go. Lifting your hips back up. One more set of exercises. Feet hip width again. Elbows back into the floor. Lift your hips up. Raise your right foot and set it on top of the left thigh. So right foot on top of the left thigh. And we press up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. That's it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch the right leg to the sky. Toes pointed. We press again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring the foot back down. Left foot on top of the right thigh. Pressing up. 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. 4, 3, 2. Stretch your left leg to the sky and press. 10, 9, 8, good, keep it strong. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good job. 1, bring the foot back down. Lift your hips up as high as possible. Raise your arms over your head and lower the back 1 vertebra at a time. Very, very slowly. Keep breathing. Get the back down 1 vertebra at a time. And once you're all the way down on the floor, bring your feet as wide as your mat and let your knees fall to your right. Deep breaths. Lift your left knee first, right knee follows. Let your knees now fall to your left. Arms stretching long behind you and deep breaths. One knee at a time, lifting. Let's cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Lift both knees up and wrap your arms around your thighs. Pull your knees towards your shoulders. And you should feel here a nice deep stretch into the hip. Keep this cross-legged position. Bring the left foot down. Let your knees fall to your left, so the right leg is on top. And stretch your right arm out to the side. Now we're getting into the outer thigh and that IT band, as well as into the glute complex. Nice deep stretch. And then roll onto your left-hand side. Grab a hold of your right ankle. Push the knee behind you, hip forward. Bring your right knee to your right shoulder. Roll onto your back. And we'll change legs. Left ankle over the right thigh. Lift both. Grab around your legs. Pull the knees towards the shoulders. Right foot comes down. Let your knees fall to your right. So the left leg is on top. Stretch your left arm out to the side. And here you're getting not only the spinal twist, but the pectoral muscle, the IT band, and the glute complex. Now we'll roll completely to our right-hand side. Grab a hold of the left ankle, push the knee behind you, hip forward, getting into the quadriceps. That's right. Bring the knee towards the shoulder, roll back onto your back, and now we'll take happy baby pose, grabbing behind the thighs or around the ankles or at the bottoms of the feet. And see how much you can stretch your legs now. You should feel it right down into the backs of the legs. Then rebend the knees. Set your feet flat on the floor. Find the right-hand side of your mat and slide your foot along the right-hand side until your leg is straight. Then find the left-hand side, slide it down until your leg is straight. Allow your toes to roll open. So this opens up the hips. Be sure that your hips are stable, they feel good, right and left side at the same relative position. Turn your palms up to the sky. Open the chest. Make sure you're up on your shoulder blades. Turn your head from side to side. Find a good position for your head and neck. And begin breathing deeply and slowly in and out. Be sure that the breath goes in and out through the nose. And at your next breath in, hold the breath in the body. So you breathe in and hold, and we count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe everything out. Breathe naturally and slowly. Next breath in, expand and hold the breath in the body for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe everything out. This breathing exercise helps to calm the nervous system. Last one. Deep breath in. And we hold for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe everything out. And allow yourself just to melt. Your hands, your feet, your legs, your arms. The belly and the chest, the low back, middle back, and upper back. Just allow it to melt. The neck and the throat, the jaw, all of the muscles of the face. Just melt. Begin now to breathe more deeply in and out of the belly. Begin to move your fingers and your toes. Raise your arms up over your head and stretch from fingers to toes. And bring your knees up against your chest and squeeze them against the chest. Rocking softly. Roll all the way onto your right hand side. Lifting up from the side, come to a seated position. Good. Let's rub our hands together. Bringing the hands over the face. We'll gently tap around the eyes. Shake out. This time, rub your hands together and let's bring our 2 index fingers to either side of the mouth. And I want you to pull the mouth wide, like you're going to stretch the skin of the lips, and then make a kissing motion. Kiss, and then stretch. Kiss, and stretch. 3 more times.
Fuse. Stretch. Fuse. Stretch. Once more. And relax. Bring the hands to either side of the cheeks and just make a soft circle of the hands, just moving the skin. This is also moving the muscles of the cheeks and around the mouth as well. And shake out. Hands can come to your heart center. Well done, everyone. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks for joining. Namaste.